What's up, everyone? Welcome to Tokos Talk. We got myself, Boons. Toops to my right, Tongue and Prince, far end there in the red. And, and we got special guests, Tasi Kalolo.
Sup, Tuss?
Sup, Tuss? He's our guest for the day, so we'll pass it on and let him introduce himself. And
AKA the Iceman.
the Iceman.
Oh,
The
here we go.
Iceman.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Tuss. Where were you born?
Auckland, New Zealand, West.
Ooh.
West side, eh?
Wow.
West.
We
Nice.
beefing. We
Yeah.
beefing.
When
we
raised
beefing.
Massey,
Yeah.
the heart of the West.
What school did you go to?
Primaries went to Roy Road, Donbuck and West Harbour.
Yo,
And then high school went to Massey.
the gangster school out there, eh?
That was a pretty good school, yeah, it was.
Bro, I never spent much time out west, Did you ever go out south?
Nah.
It was always that thing, like south and west. You would never go south and
You
you never
hear
go
about
west.
it, but hardly even anyone went out there.
Yeah. Like when I was in New Zealand last year in September, we were staying out west at family's place, and I didn't know where to go to shop or eat. So I would drive from west all the way out South Auckland just to eat because I
Yeah.
knew all the spots.
Hard out.
It was crazy.
But it's not that far from each other, right? Like,
Nah, it's not that far. Not anymore. It used to be, but with all the
new freeway.
freeways and stuff.
what's the distance, west to south?
Maybe 30.
Yeah. Maybe like from Rocky to the city.
But traffic, man, it's crazy. The
Oh.
traffic.
Rocky to the city.
Yeah.
Gee, it's
Yeah.
like 30 minutes, but that's on a clear run. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be sitting in traffic for days going like from south to west, especially peak hour traffic. It's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
You're not going anywhere.
No.
So what was the reason why the South didn't want to hit the West?
It was
Like,
just
what's
a
the
thing you
story?
did not cross their line and they
Yeah.
didn't cross our line. Yeah, it was just one of those things, eh? It was always known as the beef, eh? It was always beef in
Yeah,
those days, eh?
I don't know why, eh?
I don't even know why either. Everyone used to be like, no, we don't go out west. Why?
Is it power? Like, is it just to be
I'm not sure,
known?
because I think, like, back in the day, everyone from South were originally from Ponsonby,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was central.
Yeah.
You know, and then they migrated out south because they pretty much just got pushed out.
They got pushed out, eh?
Yeah.
That
Is
was-
west more snobby?
No.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
My point of view, yeah.
Sure.
because what I see when I go, I'm not from Auckland, but when I go there, and I have been to west, and it seems a bit more snobby up the west than.
I think it's just more blended, you know, like more white Kiwis and then more
Yeah.
Islanders and then
Yeah.
Māoris. Like
Yeah.
it's a mixture of race.
Yeah.
Then out south it's just straight Islanders. Eh?
Yeah, like you said, all the islanders that got pushed out straight out
Yeah.
of the city out. Oh, there's that story, go to Otara. It's the
Yeah.
best spot to go and grow up, and then that's where everyone went, South Auckland. So
Mm.
that was after that Dawn Raid.
The Dawn Raids,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your background? You Samoan Māori, eh?
Yeah, so my dad's Samoan
Yeah.
and my mum's Māori.
Was your parents caught up in any of that Dawn Raid?
I think my father was, eh?
Yeah.
I think he was brought up in Ponsonby after he came over from Samoa. And it was just a place to go
Yeah.
when they came from the islands.
Yeah.
I think he was caught up in all of that, but I don't think he moved out south. I think he just came straight to west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your childhood, how long were you in New Zealand before you headed to Australia?
I've only been here for, 12, 13 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I came in 2012.
Sharks, is that when you came in? And that's pretty much, I met you when you first came here then, no?
Yeah.
Back then, yeah.
We did a stint over in Brisbane first. Went to go see my sister, my nephews. And then, just came straight from there to here. I think I was only over there for like 3-4 months.
So your eldest was born in New Zealand, or
Yeah, my
so Dante was born in New Zealand or in Brizzy?
in New Zealand. I had,
Yeah.
only had 3 at the time. My first 3 were born in New Zealand. And then the next 3 were born here in Australia. Perth.
6-pack, eh?
Six pack.
Hey.
No muck around, mate. No muck around.
What's the secret, bro? What's the secret?
Get a TV, mate.
And a Tarago.
And a Tarago. That's why you got a Kia Carnival.
Oh,
eh?
wait, we had
Oh, yeah.
remember the steamers? Remember that?
I gotta love the old
Yeah.
Taragos. Eh? You open the door and there's like nearly 20 people hopping out of the Tarago.
What brought you to Perth from Brizzy?
My daughter. So my oldest daughter, she got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. When we just moved.
How old was she?
She was 2 at the time.
What?
Yeah, so when we left New Zealand, she was all good. But once we hit Brisbane, like Australia, yeah, just started playing up. Like, and then it was around the New Year's period, Christmas, New Year's period. Only I had a sister there. Helen, she didn't know anyone there, and all her family was here, her cousins and that.
In Perth, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she just wanted some support when all of that was going on.
Yeah, for sure. Man, that's crazy. What do you know what brought that on? Like at such a young age, was it?
Apparently, she was born with it, and it just triggered. It can trigger at any time. We ended up just coming over here for so Helen could get some support from her family.
Yeah. What did you do in New Zealand, bro? Like before, like during your younger adult days?
Pure rugby at the time.
Yeah.
And then I was always fascinated about combat sport. My sister's husband, ex-husband at the time, he had a brother, and he was doing kickboxing. And it was like the mid-90s.
Yeah. And how old were you then?
Probably like 8.
Oh,
Eight
yeah.
and 7, something like that. Real young. And he had a house that was in that he was renting that was in front of the headhunters pad in West Auckland.
Yeah.
And then he always used to train down there, and I was like always going down to the shed and watching him train. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And then just started fascinating about that. Carried on through rugby and stuff. Didn't make it, mate. And then
Just like the rest of us. Just like the rest of us. Yeah.
Hey.
So, what was the first gym you went to start combat training?
I didn't start getting really into it until I was about 15, 16. That was ETK, run by Jason Suddy.
Yeah.
And Penrose, Fairfax Ave. Just went there for a jam.
Did you fight at any of the like between the ages of 15 and
Nah, because the thing with ETK was you had to actually pass a fitness test.
yeah.
Yeah, and before you actually get to come into where the fighters class are.
Yeah.
Now, these days, you can just go into anything. They'll just put you in with any high-ranking fighter at the time.
Yeah.
But back then, he actually did it pretty solid and separated the beginners and amateurs with the fight class.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really there for long. I think I trained for 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 4 years. But it was just like an in and out period. I didn't fight for Jason. Didn't have any fights with him. For ETK, the gym.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
That
when was your first fight?
It was actually an MMA fight. That was under Steve Oliver.
Oh, so you went to Oliver's. Is that where Lolo and all that were?
Yeah, Lola
that
and that
gym, yeah.
where was there, yeah, doing stuff there. But at ETK is where I started doing MMA as well. Because there was another jiu-jitsu coach. His name was Douglas Santos. He had a little space that he had over in the corner. And then I was like, wow, what are these guys doing rolling around on the ground?
Mm.
You know? And when you haven't seen that stuff before.
Sniffing each other's butts. and-
Yeah, like, gay.
That's what you think, eh? Yeah.
But then, yeah, then I
And
got
then once you
into-
start doing it, you'd see the aspects of it, like
yeah,
the transitions and stuff like
transition,
that.
yeah, 'cause
eh?
I did a little bit of security as well. And then the owner of the security company, he was a Tongan fella. And then we had to go there to learn like crowd control and self-defense and all that,
Yeah.
for all that stuff. So we started doing that, and then we started getting into MMA through that. Yeah, and then I still had the Muay Thai and the kickboxing background as well.
So what was your breakthrough?
Didn't really get one, eh?
really?
It was too much in and out. I didn't really know where I wanted to take it.
Yeah.
Was it more when you came to Oz?
It
Is
was
when
more,
you...
yeah, I probably just pretty much started taking it serious. But then I was like in and out because I was like, I had kids and stuff
Yeah.
at a young age. I think I had my first one when I was like 17. I just turned 17.
Yeah. So you're still
Yeah.
figuring out like being a dad,
Yeah.
trying to still be
I have to
17
try and
year
grow
old.
up, but still trying to
Yeah,
maintain my
yeah.
my young youthful age.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that would be tough, especially trying to juggle both. You're still trying to juggle yourself
Yeah.
as a 17-year-old, and then you're a dad. You're like,
Yeah, I really didn't know how to grow up.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
But it would have made you grow up fast, having a
Fast.
kid
Oh,
that
man.
early, man.
Man, having children that age, man, you grow up so fast.
Yeah.
So I was like, trying to get an income, but trying to pursue a
a
dream.
dream as
Yeah,
well. Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
And that age, your mind just didn't know. I didn't know where to go.
yeah, yeah.
That's why your Mrs. Helen, man, that's probably why she's so strong headed, Like,
Oh, she's hearty, man.
oh, bro. She's like the sporty mums of all sporty mums. They
She
like
literally
got
does.
the van packed, like
Yeah.
going to all the sports games. And I remember you were saying to me one time, everyone thinks that you work FIFO because you're never around, but you're always working night shifts, It's always Helen, She knows
Yeah.
everyone at the games, Like,
Yeah.
I remember just being there, sitting with them one time, and everyone was walking past. She'd stop, say hello to everyone, talking to everyone.
You see her on the sideline with all the kids pulling the trolley around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone saying, hi,
While
auntie.
dad's at home just sleeping away, resting for night shift.
Well, I'm there, but I'm just like a shadow,
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just,
yeah.
Hi, auntie. And then, am I uncle?
Hey, I do exist.
Am I uncle too? It was quite funny stories because even when we went out, you could have our date nights and stuff.
Mm.
My oldest son's teacher, when he was still at primary, and they saw us going to the movies in Rocky, and then teacher was like, oh, to my son the next day at school, was like, oh, I saw your mum out on a date. And he said, on a date? He goes, yeah, he was that guy that your mum was with. Just my dad. Like, oh, I never knew you had a dad.
I'm the next of kin. Can you not go through his records?
And another one
Next
was,
of kin.
and then another one was, another friend of his was like, went up to Helen and was like, oh, is his uncle back? And he's like, oh, back from where? He goes, oh, from work. Doesn't he work on the rigs? Like, wow.
The Frio rig.
Oh.
So what made you get into combat?
My sister's husband's brother at the time, because I used to watch a lot of his videos every time we went to his house. And then when I started actually taking it serious and wanted to actually do it, I was pretty much at high school.
Were you much of like growing up in West Auckland? Were you much of a scrapper out on the hood?
Yeah, surely.
I think everyone,
Surely.
everyone that was brought up in those in that area.
In that era, was pretty hectic.
It was pretty hectic. It was like sink and swim out on the streets at that time,
Yeah,
yeah.
Gianna, are you like double scooping high tide?
No, 1.25.
Yeah, so when I started taking it serious, I was I actually went with Steve because when I was doing security at the time in the city, there was Herman. Remember Herman?
Lotto.
Herman? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. He was the one that.
Was that here in Perth?
Nah, this was
Back home.
back home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
He used to do security for CPS, and he used to walk around the streets.
Yeah, yeah.
That was his thing, just making sure everything was alright.
He was the man, eh?
He was mean, man.
Rest
I heard about him. I never
R.I.P.
met him or
Rest in peace,
yeah,
Herman.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
but I
rest in
never.
peace, man.
His
He's one
son
of
lives here, Does
Yeah,
I seen his son.
MMA.
I seen his son this morning at that the Polyfest in Baldivis. You just don't have that up north, eh? South side, baby.
Yeah, and he was the one that introduced me to Steve Oliver.
Yeah.
He just asked me where do I live, and I said, oh, out west. And he goes, oh, I go to Steve Oliver. He's got a gym in Glen Eden.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sweet. I'll go check it out. Steve's gym at that time was at his house, and he converted the whole downstairs. So he had a weights room upstairs.
Yeah.
It was like, man, it was like gangster as.
Yeah.
And you could fit only like 20 people at the time.
Ah, there's still a lot of people in a gym like that, eh? And you came to Perth after your daughter, and did you fight over here as well?
Yeah, fought in New Zealand. I did a few fights with Steve, and then
Yeah.
pretty much fight ready when I
Yeah.
came here.
Yeah.
And then after my daughter's issue, we came here straight away. Tried to sign up to gyms.
Yeah.
Went to quite a few. Didn't really like them. I think that's when I met the Tokos.
Down at Port Kennedy strike.
Yeah, down the strike in May. Those M's.
Yeah.
Ems, yeah.
Mm.
When he was tubby.
Yeah.
Tubster back then, eh? Then how did you meet Saw?
Before I came to Australia, I told my coach that I was moving here. And then I seen Saw's photo. Saw, Steve, and Mark all used to train together. And Steve used to, I think when Mark was in Pride, Steve used to be his, like pretty much his jiu-jitsu coach, wrestling sparring partner, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Hunt.
Yeah, Mark Hunt.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he train at Oliver's?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trained there. Yeah, I seen his photo and I was like, wow, who's that fucking massive guy? And Steve was telling me about him, and I said, oh, wow, I'm moving over there. And he goes, oh, if you're over there, try and find him. Yeah, and then when I moved here, I went to a gym in Canningvale, Bailey's Fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to go sign up there because it was a Muay Thai gym and they had a Thai trainer there. And I was like, oh, shit, man. So I went to go sign up there. I seen him walk in. I'm like, fuck, what are the odds of this, eh? So I didn't have to go looking so far. And that was like only like the second week that I was here.
And did you just go up to him straight away and said, "Oh, listen, that"?
Yeah, and then he ended up walking with one of my mates from back home, Sam Striker Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I walked up to Sam. I was like, oh, shit, what are the odds of this, man? Meeting you over here, seeing you over here. Hey, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I train with Saw. And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, and then he introduced, and then, yeah, we went straight into training that day.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And Saw wasn't UFC then, was he? Or was he still fighting like Australian cards?
I think he was still fighting Australian cards,
Yeah.
and then I think he probably only had to win one more fight. And he
to
did
get
that.
in. Yeah, because I remember he's coming down to Strike MMA at Port Kennedy, and you, Sam, Striker Brown came, and then Sam brought his brother Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, because I played with Jason. He was playing with us in the Sharks.
He was a mad boxer.
Yeah, I
right?
didn't know he was a scrapper, eh? And then
Mm.
when he's just come down, and yeah, we used to do the training there, and then you just stayed with them the whole time, eh?
Yeah, pretty much stayed with him the whole time, and just ended up training with him for the next fucking being his punching bag for the next fucking 5 or 6 years, eh?
Oh man, I remember you and Saw used to have some mad scraps, eh? Sparring when he was in the UFC.
But all that training, bro, you learnt a lot from it though, like those little trainings with
Yeah,
against him and
I was quite fortunate because all the gyms that I went to back home, there was I think all up, they had a total of like 12 world champions at the
Yeah.
time.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think my IQ ended up evolving more and more, like being with them,
Yeah.
getting that experience. So by the time I hit Australia, I think I was too advanced.
Yeah.
By the time I got here, because then I ended up, once they started seeing all my stuff that I was doing, it was just, oh, you want to help train the boys?
Yeah. So you became just like you said, the sparring partner, the training
Mm.
guy with these guys in the gyms, eh?
And then you became strike coach at
Yeah.
Strike MMA, didn't you?
Yeah, became a strike coach at Strike MMA to stand up.
Yeah.
Just having my little bit of input, on all fight teams.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, it's good to have that sort of knowledge, eh? Like, we got all different knowledge, but having the knowledge, like a striking knowledge, you'll be like, I reckon I could smack this guy with one shot, and then I'll
Yeah.
come with this shot.
Yeah.
You want to, but you're so disciplined. You're just like, nah.
but when you were doing the coaching, was there a lot of youth back then though? Like when you were
Yeah, there
coaching?
was.
'Cause
Yeah, there was a lot of youth back then. A lot of adults too. And it was quite hard because I was still young too, and trying to tell an adult what to do.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
You ever get pissed off and say, bro, this is what I'm gonna do. If you don't do it, whop up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna whop you. If you don't listen.
it was quite hard teaching trying to coach the youth because all they want to learn is all the flashy stuff,
Yeah.
the roundhouse kicks and all the axe kicks and
Let's go back to the basics.
instead of learning basic fundamentals.
And then you got the old guys that you try and teach, and they're like, "Phew, I already know all this stuff anyways.
Yeah, I've already done this,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Oh, bumped into Bowler. George is training
yeah.
with Erman's son down those
oh,
ways.
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to George, my man.
George.
George,
He's
George.
George Vata.
I mean, he's
Look out
gonna
for the
go-
name, bro.
yeah,
Look
he's
out for the
gonna-
name.
Yeah,
Gonna
he,
go a long way, that
he
fella.
will go a long way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
He went back to New Zealand too to have a little
Yeah, he went and done a training camp at
lolo, eh?
Lola's gym.
Mm.
So you got siblings? Us?
Yep, I've got a older sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lives in Brisbane. That's who I was living with before we come to Perth.
You the youngest?
I'm the youngest. Yeah, I've got 2 older brothers.
Yeah.
Baby Ice.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
What are they up to?
My older brother, he's he's a gang member. we all got one in the family, eh?
Your parents still around?
My father has passed.
Yeah.
My mother's still around.
Was he involved in that sort of gang life while they were still alive?
Yeah, he's always been a troubled child.
Yeah.
Yeah, from when we were little. That's all he knows.
Yeah,
That's I think he tried to come right.
A lot of
and
people they it's
he just
them,
couldn't
mate.
do it.
It's who they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, he just couldn't do it.
And what did right, like as Islanders, like fuck, we get frowned upon. Like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, look at so and so's son, look at so and so's son. We always get frowned upon if there's that bad child, eh? But
Yeah.
was it a big thing in your guys, like in your family, like to have that? Like, did he get frowned upon, and like was it a shame, like from other families looking at your parents?
Yeah, we didn't really grow up like traditional.
Yeah.
Like amongst that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But on my mum's side, we were the only Islanders in.
Married in.
Yeah, married in.
Yeah.
And then on my Samoan side, we were the only Māoris.
Yeah.
So we pretty much kicked it to ourselves because my father, he was in prison from when I was like 4 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see him until I was like 11 or 12. Yeah, so he spent their whole life pretty much in prison.
Yeah.
And then I met up with him, and then I met him, because I couldn't remember him when I was little. Yeah, and then but my brother, he just pretty much that's the life that he just always knew.
Chose, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just stuck with it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because that's one thing, like, you see a lot of people, even in my family, I know, like, I remember, I had supporting family, and then I had the family that, that was just a bit, how you
Yeah.
going with, I got in a bit of trouble, when I was younger, and the family that are actually there, and the ones that talk,
Yeah.
like, for me, it's looking at it now, like, I hate the way they judge, like, sitting on their fence, like their grass is green,
Mm.
like there's always someone that makes a mistake or does something wrong. You can't take that out on the family, that real Polynesian thing, eh? You're a burden to the family, you're a failure, this and that, like that sort of shit, man. I can't stand it, eh?
And that's
Yeah.
with every aspect, though, eh? Like, just not only gangs, like, we've talked about this before, how they just judge you on everything, eh? Like,
yeah.
even when you succeed, and people will always be there to judge you, like talk down on you, or
Yeah.
That's just Polynesians, though, isn't it?
Did you have
It's
any? Did
terrible.
you have much of that, Sola? Like, at all?
Yes. We were. Wasn't really troubled, but just parents at church because we were sort of naughty, but we were good.
Yeah.
But we would teach our little cousins like little things here and there. And
Yeah,
where'd
yeah.
you get that from? Got it from them. And I was like, that's not good. That's not good. But yet we'll still go to church. It's all good.
But
And then it's once church finished.
I'm sorry.
because your dad was he minister when you
he was
when
a
you were
whole
young?
week. He's sort of like a whole week.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
started
Wow.
a couple
Chuck,
of
see,
churches.
that's pretty high up though.
Yeah,
eh? Like,
yeah, the whole week. Because started a couple of churches back in Hamilton.
Is that where you're from, Hamilton?
Yeah, Hamilton.
Oh,
born and
nice.
raised. Yeah. So he started. We started at Methodist,
yeah.
and then he started the first West Yanda in Hamilton,
In Hamilton.
in Tarapa, and then he moved
Mhm.
from there to start another Wesley one in Fairfield. Then he moved from there to do another one. So,
Oh, true.
jeez.
So church was big, eh?
Yeah,
Must
it
be
was.
big
It
in you-
was.
with you guys, eh?
It's huge, but like I don't
Yeah.
follow that.
Not
path, but
practicing, you're not
yeah,
practicing, not practicing, yeah.
what
Yeah.
they've teached us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably it's not anybody else's fault.
It's your choice, eh?
Yeah, it's my
It's
choice.
your choice.
Can you
Yeah.
hold a conversation down if we talked about like Bible stuff?
No, not really. Eh?
Yeah.
Like I can.
I always wanted to do that,
Yeah,
eh?
like I can. I can talk just normal, like just the little.
If you talk
things
about
I
the
can
nightclubs
nitpicks.
and going out, yep, Sol's
Yeah.
the man to talk about getting on the beers. But if you start talking about church,
No, but I can nitpick on like church stuff. Just growing up. When you get older, you learn little things here and there, and especially the way.
yeah, and
friends are now.
memories,
Yeah,
memories will come back,
here
eh?
and
Where you'll be
there,
like,
then,
oh yeah, that's right,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
But I still always, my dad used our like Vesela Loto is like a motto that he just said. It's John 3:16. I remember. I say
Oh,
this.
boy.
I remember this.
Oh, man's going back to
I've got to
church.
try and remember it, but I will remember it when I come next. Our next episode, I'll bring it up.
Ah,
I
solid.
can't remember it, but that was a verse that he just that we
Installed
always,
in you.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
installed in me.
Yeah.
I haven't really teach it to my kids.
Bro, I was
It's
always
never
one of
too
those.
late, but it's you
Yeah.
need to just.
I was
do it.
always one of those questioning kids. Eh? Like I questioned everything. Like why, how
Yeah.
come?
Yep.
You know.
Mm.
You know. Let's just say like
I was the
we grew
same,
up
yeah.
in the household where your dad makes a big island feed and he cuts off the front and the back of the sipi of the lamb, puts it in the oven or puts it in the umu. You've seen your dad do it, you've seen your granddad do it, and you've seen your great granddad do it. But they've all done it. But no one asked the question, why did he do that? You know what I mean? It's like, and then you finally ask the question and you're like, oh, he done it because it couldn't fit in the oven. So we're doing all these things that are just being passed down. Like, let's say my great great grandfather done that, cut the front and the back of the sipi off because it couldn't fit in the umu or in his oven. You know what I mean? And we've just, without teaching, we've just told our generations, like, yeah, cut the front and the back off. We're never taught. I mean, you're always told to do things, eh?
So what about you, Tasi? Religion side?
I think my mum was Catholic. We went to church, but he was only the second oldest brother. He was the only one there, pretty much out of everyone, that got baptized.
Yeah.
He got baptized as a Mormon.
Yeah.
And we all just cracked up.
Oh, shout out to the LDS. Shout out to the LDS. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got baptized as a Mormon, but he was the most naughtiest one.
So going along with your siblings, so that brother, was he the only gang member?
He was the only gang member. I mean, we were all in street gangs.
Yep.
Yeah, but
You still keep in touch with your mates back in those days, or?
some of them, yeah, I think some of them was social media. Yeah.
All growing up now, eh?
All growing up.
Everyone's
We
growing
all
up,
got kids. and
laughing at those
cracking
little
up
shit
about the
days.
stupid shit we did back in the
Yeah,
day.
look at us little
Yeah.
shits running around terrorizing the neighborhood. Sorry to all those old people we
And
used
it's
to...
funny because all the bad ones back in the days all grew out of it.
Yeah.
But all the good ones from back in the day all come into
Yeah,
that gang life.
Total opposite, eh?
Yeah.
And you just crack up at them, eh? You're like, mate, you weren't all about that life, mate. Yeah.
That brother that came over with his daughter, is that the brother that's...
He's the Mormon.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was the naughty one. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Speaking of naughty,
It was naughty.
so when you came to Oz, we know that you're pretty like chill guy and that. So, and when you do rage out, it speaks. But I think that's the same with all islanders. We're at that calm stage, but as soon as that button button is hit, that red button, that
I had
emergency
to,
button's hit, then that's game over, man. So,
I had to do anger management, eh?
is this after your...
Like, through pretty much my whole intermediate.
Yeah.
Intermediate from school all the way into like fifth form in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I was just, what a guy.
Tell us about your supervisor, your ex-supervisor.
Oh.
Here we go.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you rage the beast. Because we all have that supervisor that push buttons, keeps pushing in.
Yeah.
And we all just want to, give him a
I let
hiding.
it, man, he was it was actually a very long time, man. Like maybe like a year and a half.
Yeah.
That he just kept on doing it.
And it felt
Just
like
that
he
work
was like
bullying sort of
picking-
thing.
They feel like he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
picking on you,
Yeah.
like just solely you,
Um,
or that's what he was like with
no,
everyone.
that's it was me. I guess because like no.
Wrong person.
I'm-
Wrong person. He was the wrong person at that time. Yeah.
I think he was like, I'm not the tallest, the tallest
yeah.
person.
Yeah,
But if I was, then it probably would be like a different story.
Yeah.
But I think people just take that advantage, because he was a bit of a tall guy.
What was he
Yeah.
doing?
He's like just work bullying stuff,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
teasing me, once again, like Saul pretty much gave up on, once he retired from, UFC and stuff. That's pretty much when I ended up giving it up as well.
Yeah.
And so just, and then at work it was just this he was just calling me fat, and like I wasn't in shape anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's proper workplace bully, eh?
Oh,
Yeah, and it was like calling me like Michelin man, whatever the fuck it is. And every now and again, say like, man, how about me and you go at the back of the container, and I'll kick your ass and stuff like that. He wanted to fight and stuff.
Is
And
he
like,
just mucking around when he's saying it, or
I don't know, but those sort of
just
stuff.
taunting you.
Yeah,
even just saying that stuff, eh? Like,
yeah, like.
cause you don't know him. Like,
Yeah, I
you're not
don't know
mates. You aren't mates.
Yeah, I just know him from work, but I don't know him
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
else.
Was he Aussie boy?
Yeah, it was an Aussie dude. Yeah, it was an Aussie fella. So I think he just caught me on the wrong day.
Yeah.
And it was quite early in the morning, and then he was just doing it on the radio, but broadcasting it out.
Everyone can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
So I just, bit back on the radio, and he just comes walking out, and fucking started saying some shit. I think, oh yeah, this is the day I'm gonna get deported. This is the day.
You are
I'm
going
ready.
You're
I'm
going
ready.
for dental surgery.
And at that point, you don't care what happens to you, eh? You're
Yeah, that point.
the button's hit, bro. You're going
Yeah.
in.
Oh, but
Yeah.
that's like the problem around that's happening with the youth, isn't it? A lot of bullying, just trying to
Yeah.
stamp your authority for what
Yeah,
reason?
for
You
what
think
reason,
you have
eh? Yeah.
power?
Yeah.
Just because
We already know
you
you're a
have to-
supervisor. You don't have to
don't
go.
have to,
Yeah, this is that abuse of power.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like I respected him.
Yeah.
I just respect everyone.
How long was it going on for before you actually
Oh man, like a year, right? Like over a year.
and then that morning you just whacked them?
Yeah, just that morning, man. I was like, nah, fuck, that's it. Just parked up my machine right next to him. Just walked over. Said, "What you always got to be a dick for?" It's like, I respect you as a person and as a boss and everything. And he was just like, blah 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 blah. And after that, I quit. As soon as I turned around and just started walking away, that's when he just started talking. He said, once you leave, don't you ever fucking come back, blah, blah, blah. He started swearing.
Oh,
And then I was like, nah, he's going to get it. So I just turned around and just walked up to him and just left hooked him.
left hook.
And I just saw his eyes roll back to the left, to the back of his head, and he just hit the ground.
So is he still working there, or
He is. He just got promoted to at that time
Oh,
to a operations manager or something like that.
those are those blow asses, eh? That just
And then after I hit him, he got demoted to health and safety officer.
And wasn't Dante doing work
Oh,
experience?
yeah, man. That was the
Oh, your
saddest
older
part.
boy
eh?
was
Yeah.
there.
My
Oh.
oldest boy, he just started doing work experience. And he was already with us for like a week and a half. But then that day was the day that he was actually going to get paid to do work experience.
yeah.
Yeah, so the company was going to pay him.
Paid? Yeah, no one gets paid doing work experience.
Yeah, and he was going to actually get paid for it. And then I killed it.
Wow.
yeah, we
And I
got
was like, oh, sorry, son.
Sorry.
What were you like? Dante, get your things. We're going.
I done us a favour. We got an early knock. And a long weekend.
It was funny because we were walking past and he just seen him on the ground. And he was like, "Oh no, Dad, what did you do?"
Nothing, I
And I was
swear.
like, "Oh, sorry, son, you had
Bro,
to see that."
what happened with the work? Like, obviously, did you got sacked and whatever?
Yeah, so I actually quit before they could sack me.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
pretty,
very
I'm
smart.
mate. We're on to it.
Yeah.
But the guy ended up pressing charges, assault charges. Yeah, so I got actually charged for it. Ratchet, eh?
What so what was the charges?
I think I got the lowest assault charge, whatever that is. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, I went to court for it. Got a spent conviction as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was pretty good.
And a record.
Yeah, record, man.
You're in the docks for life, bro.
Oh, man.
You're in the free
Mm.
docks for life, bro.
Shucks, that would have been hectic. Eh? Like he would have like. Did you? You know when you knocked him out, did you roll him to a side or did you just leave him?
No, I just left him. There was the workshop. Workshop manager was with him. He tried to jump in as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then my leading hand at the time was driving past, and he jumped out, and he was like trying to hold back the other guy, and it was crack up because he was Māori, and he goes, "Oh, fuck you, Tos! Yeah, you all crack up, And then the workshop manager came in, and he was like trying to square me up and that, and then the bro at the time he was like, "Ow, don't you do that to the bro? He fights in the UFC." But I wanted to crack up. Like in my head, I was cracking up, but at the time,
still
I was,
raging.
yeah, I was still
Yeah.
raging, and I just felt it like my rage just started kicking in even more. But I was lucky that I only threw one punch and not like go
Yeah,
full
yeah.
ground and pound on him.
Yeah,
I was ready to go and do that, eh?
That left
Lucky I
hook,
didn't.
man. It's caught some other people out before too, eh?
Mm.
Toops.
Eh?
Toops.
The left
You
hook.
know the hook, left hook?
Left.
Solo was there too, eh? Solo.
I was looking in the seat.
Oh, you want to talk? Just make sure you can back it up, eh?
That's right, eh? But he would have been another one of those just
Oh, he was-
annoying,
he was
just
a-
wouldn't
he-
stop,
Oh.
eh?
Oh, he was a pest.
He was a pest, like.
Did you do the same too, man?
Nah, our old mate Toops over here. Toops,
Oh, did you do this one
share
as
the
well?
story, bro. Share the story.
Holy Rick!
I can't throw myself under the bus at all. But yeah. Like you said, someone was talking
Yeah,
way too much, being a pest. And
And they kissed the floor, pretty much.
yeah, it humbled him a lot after that.
Yeah, yeah, I did one back home. We were playing Colts.
Oh,
That's a
Solo, eh?
Slock, it was annoying. We were smashing them anyways.
the worst on the field, though.
Oh, no. Anyways, got a little bit too cheeky.
Bro, I used to be that annoying little halfback on the field sometimes. I would get into your ear.
Oh, I bet
If I'd see you in the ruck, I'd step on your fingers, or,
Oh.
I'd poke your eye or something, finger in the ear.
I'm surprised you never got jabbed, or did you?
I still got all my teeth. Still got all my teeth. one prop, he bit my leg. Fuck, that hurt, man. Yeah, he got up, he bit my leg.
But these days, especially in league, the little hookers and that can do, and they do that because they take advantage of the how you can't hit back or nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Reed Marnie's the worst for it.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, just got to learn how to control it there. I know sometimes it's just... That, like you
It can
said,
be your worst
it can-
enemy.
Yeah,
hey?
you know, it can be. You know, like you said, it's been going for ages, but then that one time where
Bro.
it goes wrong.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that button I'm talking about, bro. That's that button. Once you hit that emergency stop button, that's game over.
And then it brings out all you get all your feelings come out on that.
Yeah,
Oh,
punch,
yeah,
eh?
yeah. And it's
So
it's
it's gonna
not
be
just
a-
that one thing. It can be a whole
Mm.
bag of feelings from everything. That's just like, oh yeah, boom, I'm letting this out today. That's it, done.
Yeah,
It's definitely not a good thing to see, eh? Like,
Nah.
'cause we all left home, come over here, try to start a new life.
Yeah.
And then you get some idiot just
Oh, I think we've all been through that situation when like you said, we've just come over here and you get those cheeky pricks that just want to pick at you and start on you.
and they bloody know too, eh?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
know that you pretty much if you screw us up over here,
We're out of here.
we're out.
Yeah.
You know?
But I feel like that the problem is because they feel like he's a threat. It's the problem why people, when they pick on certain people, it's a threat to them.
Yeah.
You know, that might be that could be one of the reasons. You're a threat to
His job.
his job.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
goes either way.
Mm, mm.
Is when you see it. I know it's really annoying, but
Yeah.
they're just trying to eliminate threats.
Well, Tasi eliminated the threat, all right.
Bro, you were saying when you were younger, like your anger and that, like, is there anything in particular that you know now as a fool? You're adult now and you're looking back on at that time when you were real angry and we had to go through the anger management that started that and like ticked you off? Like anything in particular?
No, I was just always being an angry person.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
kid. I don't even know what triggered it or anything. I was
Yeah,
just,
We
back
can't
at
really
primary.
see it. Can't really see it now. Like
I had a good
as an adult.
through high school. I had a pretty mean guidance counselor, right?
Yeah.
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 He was a Samoan fella, Mr. Upper.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Upper.
Yeah, he got me through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It builds up, eh?
Mm.
Like all of that, like especially like you said at a young age, and you don't understand why you're angry. It's just there.
Yeah, any little thing, man, just ticked me off, eh?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just straight in, ah!
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
so if you're looking back to yourself, say 20 years ago, what would you say to yourself now? What would you say to yourself 20 years ago?
Give it a crack, eh? I wish I would have pursued my combat sports.
Yeah.
Would have just gave it a good crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just giving up on it.
Because we all know that your fighting IQ second to none is up there, right?
Yeah, and because I didn't really get to showcase
Yeah.
any of it.
Yeah, that's
So I didn't know where I could have took it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all current New Zealand title holders, I was sparring with them at a young age, and I was getting the better of them all the time.
So, gout or clout moment in your.
Oh, my friend here has got he's got the gout
Oh,
moments.
man.
Don't you worry about that.
Want to introduce me to the gout?
So basically, your highs and your lows of your. Have you got a high like your clout, or have you got a gout moment? That's your low like moment in your life.
Like that would probably be my family.
Yeah.
Then the lows. Oh yeah, man, the gout, man. That's like the worst fucking thing, eh? God
That's
could
what
go
I
through,
said.
bro.
That's what I said.
Like-
It like ruined my everything, eh?
Yeah, like I used to tease this guy for getting it all the time.
Everyone
And
used to.
Next minute, I was like, "Fuck, what is this?" Got in the toe, then from the toe was the ankle. After the ankle goes to your knee. Far down the elbow, the wrist, the fingers.
What's the worst?
bro.
What's the worst one for you?
Oh man, it always happens, man. Easter
Yeah.
always comes in Easter.
Where's the worst place that you've had it?
I reckon the ankle's pretty sore and the knee.
Knee,
Yeah.
bro.
The knee, man.
You can't even.
Fuck, I can't do nothing.
You can't even do a shit properly.
Yeah.
You can't sit down and do a shit properly. Eh?
You have to keep your knee like this because you can't make it straight. Oh, bro.
So you're saying the gout is your like lowest?
Yeah, man.
That's hurt you.
Because, man, through Easter,
That was my lowest too.
I
Yeah.
couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
There was nothing open. And fuck, you got Easter Friday, all the weekends, the Monday.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
you need those pills straight away, eh?
So that Easter, remember you said we were going to catch up,
Yeah.
and we ended up just kicking it at my house, and you
Yeah.
didn't come over. Is that why? Because you had the gout.
Oh, mate. Yes, I did. I just didn't want to get mocked, eh?
Oh, no way.
Here you are now getting mocked.
These days, you're like anything. You try and find an excuse to not. Back in the days, like gout, man. I used to. Oh no, I got gout, and now it's just like, oh, shame every time you have it. So you try and think of other excuses to like make that you don't have the gout, and yeah. I think something wrong with my ankle. And everyone would go gout, and you're like, nah, it's not gout. It's just I don't know what it is. I think I rolled it at training.
I had a touch game on the weekend. I've used those quite a bit, eh? Just in denial, straight denial,
in
eh?
What about you, Mr. Prince? Have you had any gout moments in the last week or so?
Last week, clout moment probably would have been probably 2000. Got the opportunity to represent New Zealand.
Hey,
Oh,
in-
JK.
in league.
nice.
That was like a clout moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an honor. It was a good tour, awesome tour.
And you played with Sonny Bill. Then he was in that same Kiwi team, eh?
Yeah, Sonny Bill. We had Sonny Bill, Thomas Luluai, Vince Mela come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen the photo
yeah.
every time we have a drink up.
Willie,
Yeah.
Willie
The photo
Weston.
comes
Willie
out.
Weston. Willie Reston. He was at the Raiders, I think he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably my clout
Your
moment.
clout moment.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
shot, Docs.
But
Yeah, that's
yourself?
solid.
What about yourself, Bun?
Having deeper, good conversations with my wife, you know, instead of just stuck to the screen.
Yeah.
Nice. That's solid, mate.
But yourself, Toops?
Bit of a gout moment. Last week I ended up. I played thirds for Southern Lions, and yeah, just done the shoulder. I think that's me for another 6 weeks. So
Give up, mate.
yeah, it's getting time. I think I need to hang the boots up. Eh? But that's my gout moment. Eh? So, yeah, done the shoulder.
He had like one good hit out with the last year with the Nines, and now he thinks he's indestructible. Got a
You
Thailand,
had a
got
good nine
Bangkok,
season, eh?
and-
That was a good nines
he had a
tournament, man. Yeah, the Mad Nines tournament.
Yeah,
No, your goosies. Oh, mate, the goosies,
man, you
mate.
should have seen my goosey last week against Southern Lions. Oh, we were playing Pally thirds. And they chucked me on the wing, man. So I was on the wing, man. I ended up smoking these two young cats out on the wing. They were trying to chase me down. I got away from them too. And then that's when I done my shoulder. I got tackled. But yeah, I'm out for about 6 weeks. So yeah,
I know that same shoulder pain too, bro. So
it's painful.
Oh.
eh?
I wonder if you can get gout in your shoulder.
yeah,
Can you?
I've had it,
Really?
bro. Any joint, you're not safe anywhere. Neck,
What?
bro.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
But did you have any coconut crushes?
The Samoan girl from Shilni's wedding, eh? Oh, princess, mate.
Princess.
Holy Rick. Hey.
Yeah. She was. I think she was in one of the singing groups too.
That's a nice coconut crush. eh?
Oh, and there's actually a Tongan one too. Tongan girl. If this goes to her, all right, it's just back at school, all right. But it was
Going way back.
it was just I think his name was Edna.
Ooh.
It was Anthony Tuitawaki's sister.
Oh, might be JT.
JT's
yeah. JT, are you listening? I'll get JT to figure that out.
But she was pretty hot, mate.
Solid. Just on behalf of the Tokos, Tasi, I just want to thank you, bro, for jumping on and
Shot Tuss.
drinking and sharing your
thanks
story
for
with
the
us.
invite.
Appreciate it, man. It was a really good chat.
It was
Eh?
cool.
A lot of different stuff. Eh? Like that's what we're trying to get out there. Is just different personalities and people, and from the Pacific and Māori
Yeah.
sort of background or any background that just want to share their life story about how they were brought up, Polynesian or not. So. Oh yeah, Shop, bro.
Nice.
Appreciate you coming on.
Good thing you guys are doing here, and appreciate the invite. It was awesome.
Shot Tussy, thanks for coming in, bro.
My lord. Gee.
Ah, sweet.
And with that, that's a wrap. Thanks for coming.
Catch you on the rebound.
See you later.
Shoo.